Where the fuck is Kada Scott at? Where is she at? We're going to go over this case together. I'm from Philadelphia, so this definitely hits home for me. We're going to talk about something. When I first heard about this, right, I asked my baby dad, I said, did you hear about this girl missing? He said, no. I told him. He was like, well, what makes her case so special? Like, why is she all over the news? Is she a missing person? Now I think about it like, you're right. It's so many missing black girls. Why did she get all this media attention, right? I'm scrolling on TikTok. No bullshit. You really can't make this shit up. And you got to connect the dots. When it's messages, it's for a reason. I'm scrolling on TikTok and I see somebody say, everybody trying to figure out why this girl's missing, why she gets so much media attention when a whole bunch of black girls go missing. It's because she went missing at her fucking job. That is exactly why. You wanna know why? They trying to figure out why the fuck she clocked out early where she's at. That's crazy. 2, I also see them have like do a little press. You know how they talk to like reporters and they got a little podium and they answer questions and stuff about the case. This man said the last person to see her alive was her mother. But then turn around and say she left from her overnight job. Her car is in the parking lot. Her phone is at the job. She never left the job. And she got off. She clocked out a little bit early. She did an overnight shift. I think they said she worked from either 11 or 6 or something like this. An overnight shift. This is what fucked me up. When I heard that man say her mother was the last person to see her alive, I said, how was that possible if she worked at an overnight shift as a nurse? She interacted with patients, other people that work with her. Security, I'm pretty sure at this building, it's no way her mother was the last person to see her alive. That don't even make no motherfucking sense unless the mom work at the job. And then I just heard a TikTok from another woman saying, not only did the police start searching for her, reported her missing on the 10th, she's been missing since the 4th of October. They reported her missing like 5 or 6 days later. Today is the 13th. I don't know if I'm the only, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that live in, like a female that live in Philly. Whether you don't live in Philly or not, I wake up like, damn, is there any updates on this girl? It's no fucking updates. Besides that they searched some land. It was 57 acres of land. They searched everywhere. They couldn't find anything. I know for a motherfucking fact, I watch too much true crime. I listen to too much podcasts of true crime. I watch too much documentaries. I have life experience. I'm 30 years old. This ain't some shit they need to, like, do we need the gang? Do we need the Scooby gang to come figure this shit out? It's somebody at that motherfucking job, for sure. How long she been working there? And who is this person that's stalking her? It is 2020 motherfucking 5. I know for a fact, if you got a cell phone, they can pin anything. They can find anything. So how is it that because her phone's at the job, and her car's at the job, is no trace of her? What about prior to that? What is in the phone? The stalker is, what is he? Some type of cybersecurity fucking terrorist or something? There is no trace of this nigga? Or her? We don't even know if it's a girl or a boy. But one thing I do know is somebody at that motherfucking job. They ain't looking. Why they ain't investigate their job? Because they don't want to close it down. They don't want to be out of business for a few days. Is that why? The first position started where she went missing it. And I haven't seen anything about that saying, oh, we investigating the job and researching. It's none of that. They searched everywhere but that motherfucking job. The last place we know for a fact she was at. How did her mom see her last alive if she went to work? Can somebody answer that for me? Do the mama work there? Because she didn't go home. Maybe when I heard that, I made a comment. And I'm like, oh, maybe she went home at the work. But I'm just like, no, she never left the job. Her car is still there. Fuck, this bitch walked home? Like, I don't understand. I ain't mean to call her a bitch, but I hate when nagging shit like this pisses me off. And I feel the truth. Like, it's somebody at that goddamn job. Let's start at the job. This girl has been stalked for how long by who? Has it started before or after she been working at this job? And why are y'all lying? Said the last person to see her alive was her mom. That is a lie. Who was at the facility when she was there? Unless you're working by herself. And even if that's the case, how is it no cameras, no nothing? Like, what the fuck is going on? This feels so dystopian. It's really pissing me off. This shit is so sad. I think she's only 23 years old. It's like, I got this bad feeling. And for the simple fact that they waited over 24 to 48 hours to report her missing and to look for her, it's a good chance that she might not even be alive. And that is terrible. But something in me feels like she's locked somewhere in somebody's fucking basement. Like, honestly, this is what motherfuckers do. Okay. We've watched Law & Order. We've watched Criminal Minds. We've seen people be involved in their own crimes. Hell, fuck Criminal Minds. We've seen real life cases when motherfuckers kill their wives. And they be involved in the motherfucking case trying to help them look for the person and everything. Is the person that stalking her an ex? Who's the ex-boyfriend? What is going on? I need answers today. I am so upset. I feel so bad for her family. If they see this, I just really am praying for y'all. This really hit home. Like, that shit is sad. That could be any one of us. Like, and it's sad for me to even think that, like, why she gets so much media attention? She should. But it's just odd because this don't happen. This is odd. And because this isn't in her character, she's getting all this media attention. I thank God for that. But if she just was a little bit different, would they even care? Like, they should care regardless, is what I'm saying. But they need to start at that. Why ain't they searching their goddamn job? And also, too, another update I seen probably last week when I seen them, they said they found a body, but they couldn't identify it. And I don't know if there's any connections to her. It can't be. But I know for a fact, like, they gonna tell us, like, the police and stuff gonna tell the media what they want us to know because they don't want to fuck with their ongoing investigation. Because if they leak anything, it could tip the person off that actually hurt her into fleeing the country or clean up the evidence or disposing of her. If I don't know. So I know that. So that's what makes me mad too. They shouldn't go in too much. It's not enough information. The information they give out is so confusing and don't make sense. I feel like they don't want another George Floyd. They don't want another BLM movement. They really don't. They don't want y'all to fucking loot and riot over this. And I feel like we should. Because where the fuck is she at? Actually, where's the job at? Can we go to the motherfucking job ourselves? Where's this nursing facility she worked for? Who is her co-workers? Nobody has any opinion about her and where they think. Man, if I was to go missing and this is suspicion is somebody stalking me, it's a couple niggas I know my friends could come up with that could have possibly did that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they're not giving this information for a reason, but like when this all comes out, it gotta be something at that goddamn job. Bring her home, man. This is disgusting. People can just kidnap people without a trace, and that's just it. I can't even park in a motherfucking bus zone except for I can't even park in a bus zone without getting a goddamn ticket now because there's so many fucking PPA cameras. But y'all know where she at? Y'all about to piss me the fuck off. It is too much motherfucking funding. It's too many cops. Y'all got new uniforms. Potholes all over the goddamn place. Schools closing down. Healthcare is fucking non-existent. They cutting people food stamps. First of all, you can't even get food stamps without having a goddamn job. But y'all can't find this lady? I don't know what this... P&B Rock said the best. R.I.P. to him. I don't know what this city need, but we need something. We need more Jesus. It's just really sad. This shit makes my stomach hurt. Truly. Justice for Kada Scott, man. Make me want to ride around and go through people's house. Like, I don't like this shit at all. I really don't, because what does this mean? And is this a connection into that guy that was a serial killer that escaped from jail, now is trying to give a $5,000 reward to finding him? It's crazy because as soon as he got caught, she went missing. Does that have any correlation? What the fuck is going on? It's, and 8 o'clock in the morning. The only update I heard was that they got homicide detectives on the case, which isn't good. That's not good. Also, too, I'm going to share a couple TikToks so y'all can go see, too. This was someone that basically mapped together where her job was and how far away Aubrey Park is, allegedly where the anonymous tip sent them, saying that it's some type of evidence there that she might be there from an anonymous tip, mind you. An anonymous tip. When I say anonymous tip, I'm meaning like a person, a random person, or we don't know who this person is, contacted the police and told them this information. I know you gotta prove, like you gotta have some type of evidence to prove that your information is accurate. So we still don't know who this person is. And in my opinion, I think that the person that gave the anonymous tip is possibly the person that did something to her. That's just my opinion. This is the park. There's 57 acres that they're still searching, that has lakes and, all that type of stuff in it. 57 acres is going, I don't even know how long it's going to take for them to search for her. But I feel like this is nothing but a distraction to take us off where she really might be at, which is that job. This is the video where I seen, where I got that whole thing about they saying she clocked out early, that her mom's the last person to see her alive. This is the conference meeting I'm talking about. I can go check that out. Also, too, I've been keeping up with her, too. She is just in disgust and sadness as we are about the situation. She's been posting about it. I've been seeing her post a lot about Kada Scott, too. But this is where I got the homicide detectives on the case from. She is the one that put that out there. It's just really sad. That's the only updates we got, y'all. That's it. This is her job. This is the name of the job. I see somebody in the comments asking, where was the job at? This is her job, which is 3 miles from the park that she allegedly went missing at. I also seen they said that her phone, her Apple Watch, and her iPad is missing, that she went to work with. She always says to work with her. It's missing. Only thing that's there is her car. I'm an iPad girly. I know her iClouds got to be synced together. Her iPad, her Apple Watch, and her phone. Why would she take her Apple Watch off? Don't you wear an Apple Watch? Like, I seen people in the comments arguing, saying, oh, you wrong. It's not about right or wrong. We all don't know what the fuck is going on. We're trying to come together as a community to try to figure this out, because that's what you're supposed to do. We're all here with the same concern of a woman going missing. Okay? This is serious. And also, my girlfriend sent me this Instagram reel of another girl going missing. This is a teenage girl went missing from her high school, y'all. Andrea Hernandez. I hope this comment not really blurring it out, move out the way. But y'all can go find this video on Instagram too. I know she has a TikTok, but this girl went missing in September. And she's still missing. This ain't on our news because of what? What's going on? We all got opinions. We all got questions. Some of us just want to say something, but like, just don't be negative, okay? We all here trying to figure out where she at. That's it. Like, we all just using our brains to come up with a common, conclusion, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Like, if her car is there and the place is 3 miles where she went missing at, did she walk? Did somebody had to come to her job, pick her up, and take her there? Like, and why would she do that? Why would she leave her shift mid-shift? They said last time her mom seen her alive was 9:45, which is right, like probably around the time she left to go to work, because she had to be to work from 10 to 6. She didn't even finish her whole shift. They won't tell us what time she clocked out, but it was early. Where the fuck did she go? What was her client? Like, she's a nurse. First of all, I'm a home health aide. My mom was a CNA. I've been at her job when she worked at senior citizens facilities, and they do have cameras. And somebody in my comments said their family member do stay at that same facility she worked at, and they have cameras there so that patients won't elope. Do you know what eloping is? Eloping is when the motherfucking patients run away. They leave. Because some patients do that. And for insurance purposes, they need to make sure they know where the people at and what time they left. So, whether it's cameras there or not, this still not making this any better. Because we know for a fact the last place she was at work. That means somebody either clocked her out for her or she clocked herself out with the intentions of coming. But why would she do that? I can't imagine a girl working an overnight shift at a nursing home, seeing the area, the street. Like, it ain't no close by stores. If she wanted to go to the store for a break or to get something to eat, she would have to get her anywhere she's going that's outside that facility. She would have to get in the car and drive. Like, it ain't walking distance. And in the morning, like, even if she went to her car, like, I'm not going to my car at no 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning unless I'm smoking. That's the only reason. So this just don't make no sense. And it just don't make no sense. I seen comments saying she not in the facility. She probably she last seen in the parking lot. But like, we don't know anything, to be honest. But like, either way, even if she's not in the facility and she was outside, did y'all see what the place looked like? Like, the parking lot is literally on the land of the fucking facility. Like, it's the building. It's the building. Then right in front is parking lots, and then it's the street. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you Google it, you'll see. It just don't make no sense. I'm gonna keep praying because I don't have a good feeling about this. This is disgusting. And also now, like, what does this mean? Like, there is no safe space for any of us women, black or white or not. Like, it don't matter. This ain't even about being black no more. This is about women going missing and nobody's caring, especially when they're black. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it was little girls that went missing that's still missing right now. Like, you can look on the missing persons website. There's a bunch of girls going missing. Bunch of boys too. Where the fuck are they at? But I don't know. I did see that her friends and family is outside protesting in front of her job, which is good. You know, I wouldn't mind going up there to support if I have to. But I also see, like, read the comments, guys. There's people in the comments telling us things we could do, like call up there, ask for this person, that person. Like, we need to make some shape because this is the example. We need to make an example out of her too. Like, they're trying to. We gotta let them know, like, we ain't playing. We ain't gonna let none of us go missing without a motherfucking voice saying anything. Like, y'all tripping. It's not gonna be going silent. Like, y'all are tripping. The moment cause it's all, this is what's pissing me off a little bit. I know it's gonna be people that don't agree, but put that shit to the side. This ain't about you being right. Honestly, this ain't about you disagreeing with a bitch in the comments. Ain't got nothing to do with that. A girl is missing. If this was you, would you want somebody to tell them this ain't what really happened to you? No. You wouldn't want nobody to invalidate anything that happened to you. We don't know anything, but trying to figure out something is better than nothing. It's better than excusing, oh, she ain't gonna miss in that facility, ain't no cameras. Okay. Now what? Like, what we gonna do with that information? Be positive. Be kind. This is about somebody's missing. A woman is missing. A young lady is missing in the city of Philadelphia. It is sad. And it could be any one of us. Act like she's your sister or your cousin. Shit, your daughter. Like, why are we focusing on the wrong things? This is sad and it's scary. You should be able to go to work and your job care about you enough to even make a statement and say something's wrong. Like, why aren't they saying anything? Then I seen people saying they don't trust the mom of this Rama Kanika Jenkins situation. I understand. Because, like, where is the outrage? Where is the crying mother and the crying daddy? Where is the emotion? And it's just the lack thereof that's really making me sad. Because we need hope.
Breaking right now, tonight, an arrest is made in connection with the disappearance of Kada Scott. And right now, police say they have found a car they believe belonged to the suspect. And Sky Fox over that scene right now on the 4000 block of Gypsy Lane in Manayunk. Police say Kada Scott was last seen back on October 4th. And they say that a man, 21-year-old Keon King, is the one of the last people to be in communication with her. Police giving an update today on the search.
The number one priority is locating Miss Scott. I just want to make that very clear. And so while we are at this stage of this now, That's our priority.
King has been charged with kidnapping, and police say that he was previously arrested for allegedly kidnapping another female earlier this year. As for Scott, she was last seen at her job working an overnight shift at a senior living facility in Chestnut Hill. Now, police searching an abandoned middle school today. This all developing kind of as we speak here. That's our top story at 5. I'm Jason Martinez.
And I'm Sheba Russell. We want to get back to that other big development in the case right now, that vehicle found in Manayunk. Jennifer.
Well, Sheba and Jason, there's a lot of information that has developed over the course of this day. Most recently, we came here to Gypsy Lane Condominium. It's on Gypsy Lane, just off of Lincoln Drive. And if Elaine can go over to this direction, we actually heard an update from a lieutenant with the homicide unit. And it involves the vehicle they announced this morning that they were looking for. They found it because of a tip that came in from the community. We'll show you pictures and video of it in just a second. But first, I want to show you a picture of Keon King again. He's the 21-year-old accused now in 2 kidnappings, including Kada Scott. Kada Scott is a 23-year-old, and she went missing now 11 days ago. Her family just devastated by it. Now let's get to the picture that police released this morning of a golden Toyota Camry. They say this vehicle belonged to King. They were looking for it. Had heavy front end and damage to the left bumper of the vehicle. And now if we can go to Sky Fox, this is video that was just taken moments ago right here at Gypsy Lane, and you can see an aerial view of the vehicle they have now located. That same car, golden Toyota Camry that they were looking for, belonging to King. This morning, authorities say that they wanted to find this car because it belongs to Keon, and they think that Kada Scott may have been inside the vehicle as well. So now it is being looked over. It's going to get towed away so they can process it for evidence. And you know, police are going to be looking at it thoroughly. We can tell you the search for Kada Scott is still ongoing. Earlier this afternoon, another community tip that came in late this morning brought police to Ada Lewis Middle School. Now, this is a school that has been closed for over a decade. We saw a large amount of police officers, multiple units from the department, including canine search teams. This is a very large property, 3-story former school. They were searching the exterior grounds as well. And police say they did find significant evidence, physical evidence that ties Scott to that location. So they believe Scott was at the abandoned school at some point over the past 11 days. Now, going back to Scott, I mean, her family, we've been talking with her for several days now. They are worried, sick. They're desperate to find answers about where she is. They describe her as being intelligent, creative. She was into beauty, fashion. She even actually opened her own beauty salon at a very young age, because she's only 23. The last time she was seen was at her place of work. That was Saturday night, October 4th, and that's over at a senior living facility, the Terrace at Chestnut Hill. So police say that she arrived at work just before 10 p.m. and about 20 minutes later, she was seen leaving. Police believe that King was the last person to speak with Scott. So now he is in custody, and I told you that he's facing charges in 2 kidnapping cases, because it turns out this year he was actually arrested for kidnapping another woman. That's what he was accused of. It did show up in court a couple times, but they had to withdraw that case because the victim failed to appear. But now the DA's office believes they have enough evidence pointing to a pattern of behavior. So they're refiling charges from that first case. Now, Scott's case, they believe they have enough to charge him with kidnapping in Scott's case as well. But, you know, police at this point, they say they are hopeful they can find Scott alive. They say the community tips have been tremendous, so they're asking the public to keep coming forward. Even if it's insignificant in their view, it might be something very important. And obviously today just proves that the information being shared with police is making a difference. And guys, back out here live, Gypsy Lane, police are now just waiting again for that tow truck to come here to Gypsy Lane Condominium. We've been seeing people who live at this, condo development pulling in, asking what's going on, because obviously there are a lot of police here, a lot of stations here, including Fox 29. And we'll continue to stay out here and bring you the very, very latest. Guys.
So, Jennifer, the thinking here is that police do not want to search this vehicle, which is heavily tinted, until they're able to tow it from the scene.
Exactly. We did ask. They said they can't look inside because, as you mentioned, it is really darkly tinted windows. So they're actually going to tow it, and then they're going to process it off-site.
All right, much more to come here on this breaking case here. Nice reporting there, Jennifer Lee. Thank you very much.
All right. Good morning. Just want to give you an update on the disappearance of Kada Scott, which occurred on October 4th, 11 days ago. Going to provide you an update in terms of an individual that is currently in custody for his involvement in the disappearance of Ms. Scott. However, still a lot of work needs to be done. And so just want to make that very clear as to why we are here and the information that you will receive. Essentially letting you know how we have gotten here, but more so the public's help that we need right now. The public has been very, very helpful thus far in providing a lot of information, which the investigators have been able to track down a lot of the leads, which has helped us get to this point here. But as I said, a lot of work still to be done. The number one priority is locating Ms. Scott. I just want to make that very clear. And so while we are at this stage of this now, that's our priority. And so we will ask for your help in locating this vehicle, which you'll get a little more information. It's a 1999 metallic gold Toyota Camry with a Pennsylvania tag of MSX0797. But we need to know where this car is. We need to find this car. Making this very clear, it's not to just focus on the northwest section of the city of Philadelphia. This car has traversed through the entire city. And so I want that to be clear, that every neighborhood, every person listening to this, whether you're in North Philly, South Philly, Southwest, Northwest, please open your eyes and see if you locate this car, or if you have seen this car, please contact us and give us that information. The second part of this is the individual that Deputy Commissioner Venor will provide his information very shortly. Want folks to understand this person has a little bit of a pattern of this type of history. And so we want to encourage anyone that may have been involved with this individual, anyone that may know this individual, please, at this point in time, make that phone call. Feel comfortable enough to call us and let us know if you have any information regarding this person, regarding any interaction you've had with this individual. If you have been a victim of any crime regarding this individual, I want you to understand now is the time to make that phone call and let us know. Give us that information so that we can continue on. Again, just want to make it very clear that a lot of work has been done, starting off with Northwest Detective Division, and then this case shifting over to homicide, making it very clear that the case was shifted to homicide because we have the most experienced investigators in our homicide unit. They have the most experience dealing with all types of investigations. They also have the most resources available to them. And so we have the hopes that we are still treating this as if Ms. Scott is still alive. And that's why we want the public's help in trying to locate every single piece of this. But I just wanted to make that clear because I know there's been some reports once it shifted over to homicide, folks not understanding the why. And so that's the reason behind that. At this point in time, again, appreciate the help that we've gotten. I want to turn everything over to Deputy Venor to go into more details about the individual that has been taken into custody and some other pertinent facts of the investigation.
All right, good morning. Just to reiterate what the Commissioner Stanford said, we've been investigating this since Saturday, October 4th in the evening, the last time Kada Scott was seen at her place of work up in Mount Airy area. Our evidence that we followed, and we did involve a lot of investigators on this, led us to several places, that digital evidence, and as everyone knows, we searched a very large area up in the Aubrey Arboretum, and we came up really with negative results. After that time, we asked the Homicide Division, the FBI Violent Crime Task Force to enter into the investigation to assist. All right, and we continued our search, trying to track Ms. Scott's whereabouts along with anybody she may have encountered during that time. Our evidence is pretty clear that she was in communication with an individual. That individual appears to meet her very shortly after she leaves her place of work, and very shortly after that, she disappears off of the footprint. We have a lot of digital evidence, video and other, which provides us with this individual by the name of Keon, K-E-O-N, King, K-I-N-G. We believe this individual, and through our evidence, we were able to charge this individual. The district attorney was able to charge the individual. You'll hear from them shortly with kidnapping at this point. It's very important to know we're not done our investigation. We need to find Ms. Scott, figure out where she is, or what may have happened to her to cause her to completely disappear from all her items, her phone, her Instagram, social media sites, and everywhere else, work. She left her car at that location. So it's very important that this individual, who does have prior history of being arrested, especially for this very same thing, this year was charged with kidnapping another female acquaintance. That case was dismissed from court, and we'll explain it. It's going to be refiled now as we're going to move forward to attempt. So he's being really charged with 2 cases today of kidnapping, and in that case it involves assaults that occurred during the kidnapping. So this is a pattern of behavior. That vehicle that you've seen, the Toyota Camry, was his vehicle. All right, that vehicle's not recovered. All right, some of the stuff he did as we attempted to find him was he got rid of things like the car, the phone. We're not able to find things that he was using. He had an address in Southwest Philadelphia. He had other addresses that it looks like he's not using anymore. So he attempted to elude us for some time. He did come in last night. He's here being processed, but there's a lot of questions we still have. So we're asking the public's help. We need it more than ever. This car, you'll see a better picture of it. We sent it to you digitally. It's a gold-colored Camry, 1999. It has heavy front-end damage on the left front bumper. All right, that's being described that way several times. We know it's been in the Mount Airy area. We have photos of it in Center City. We have pictures of it in Grace Ferry area and in Southwest Philadelphia. So it's possible that it could be anywhere. It could be outside the city. So if somebody sees this, thinks they know where this car is, it's very possible it doesn't have this tag on it anymore. So if you see a car like it, we're urging you to call police, have it investigated. Any information on this, you can call our tip line, 215-686-TIPS, 8477, or the Homicide Division directly, and give that information. All right, I'm going to turn things over to ADA Teslowski, who could speak a little more about the charges and potentially other charges that he's facing.
Thank you. My name is Ashley Teslowski. I am an assistant district attorney in the homicide unit. I became involved in this investigation last week when the investigation was turned over to the homicide unit. So I became the assigned ADA when detectives Rob Daly and Joe Kremen took over the case. The first thing I want to say is that PPD and our federal partners and Detective Daly and Detective Kremen have done an amazing job to get us where we are. Today I'm joined by Tracy Washington from our Victim Services Unit and also Bob Listenview, the first assistant of our office. What I can confirm is that our office, as of the early morning hours into the early morning hours this morning, did charge this individual with charges, the lead charge being kidnapping. You know, as we've said multiple times at this point, we do not know where Ms. Scott is. So at this point, our lead charge is kidnapping. What we're able to confirm and what I was able to charge based on is what we know, which has already been said, which is that this person, Mr. King, is the last person we believe to be in contact with her, and that he was in contact with her when she went offline, meaning her phone, everything. So at this point, the investigation has led us here, and we're able to charge him with kidnapping, recklessly endangering another person, use of a communication facility, meaning his phone. We were able to track his phone and communications on his phone. He's being processed as we speak. When I picked up this investigation, one of the things that our office also learned was that he did have a previous case. It was a 2025 case for very similar conduct, strangulation and kidnapping. That case had been withdrawn by our office based on the witness failing to appear at court. I pulled that file, and after an extensive review of it, our office made the decision to refile those charges. We believe there is enough to proceed, and we also do believe that this is a pattern for this person. That refile was filed yesterday. He was served on that as a part of our conversation with him. Him being here and being processed on the new charges, he was served for that, so he will also be facing a preliminary hearing on that previous kidnapping case as well. So at this point, he will have 2 open kidnapping cases that will face preliminary hearings in the coming months.
I don't know if there's any questions.
It depends. In this specific case, what I could tell you is that after the first listing, when the victim failed to appear, the case was marked what I'll call must be tried, which is a little bit of a court lingo, but basically saying if it's not tried by the next listing, it'll either be dismissed or withdrawn. It was marked that way after the first listing when she didn't appear in court, and then at the second listing, when again we didn't have the witness or the victim in court, it was at that point withdrawn given the previous marking. I do not, but I'm sure we can get that.
Yeah, I'll get that.
This vehicle has been traveling all over the city. So we do believe this video is involved in what we're talking about, and we have it all over the city in concert with how he's moving as well. Yep, we have the date of birth for you. It is 5/6/2004. So 5/6/2004. I'm not willing to comment on that at this time. That's still very much being investigated in terms of their relationship and how long they knew each other.
So the significance of the car right now, the emergency, can you address why you believe he might need to find this?
Sure, I can certainly comment on that, or if you want to. I mean, at this point, we believe that he is connected to this vehicle. We also believe she may have been in that vehicle.
As far as the other case, the kidnapping case,
Yes.
can you just explain some of the circumstances surrounding that case?
Sure. That case is an individual that was known to him, a domestic in nature. And what I can say is the allegations in that case are that he kidnapped a woman in front of her house, threw her in her car, assaulted her, and then eventually let her out of the car. There is some video evidence, I believe, that'll be played at the preliminary hearing, but that was domestic in nature.
And do you have a time or about when that happened?
It was this year in 2025. The case was withdrawn in May, so it predates that by a little bit.
What was the last location as far as?
I don't know if we have exactly the last location, but what I can say is through our investigation, it was tracked all over the city, in multiple areas of the city in multiple different time periods throughout, the entire length of this investigation.
When police were at an address in Southwest Philadelphia last Thursday night, was that one of those addresses?
It was one of the addresses connected to this investigation. In terms of other people being involved, I don't have comment on that at this time. It's still very much being investigated. There have been several phone numbers involved that we've been tracking, but all roads at this point lead to him, and so that's what we're hoping leads us to her.
After she arrives at work at 10 o'clock, how big is the time when she actually remains at work?
She's not there long at all. She gets there maybe just before 10, and right after she's out, maybe 20 minutes. That's what I'm told.
Are they connected or communicating at this point?
We believe they are, yeah. I don't know their relationship. Obviously, they had a connection. They're going back and forth, and they've known each other for a short time, but I don't know how long.